SaddleBrooke Ranch is a 55-plus golf community located in Oracle, Arizona. This is kind of the jewel in the Robeson Resorts crown. It's their newest community, and I think the nicest one so far. So for those of you wondering where Oracle, Arizona is, let me show you on the map. As you can see here, it's just to the north of Tucson and the Oro Valley area. Now, I don't want you to get SaddleBrooke Ranch confused with the community, also built by Robeson, called SaddleBrooke. Similar but different. SaddleBrooke is an older community, also built by Robeson, but fully built out. Now I know I get lazy, and you're gonna see this in my upcoming model home videos, where I just say, hey, I'm out here at SaddleBrooke. No, it's SaddleBrooke Ranch. I just always forget to say the word ranch. There is a difference. And so if you tell somebody, hey, we're going to build a home at SaddleBrooke, they'll look at you like you're crazy. You can't build a home at SaddleBrooke, but you can at SaddleBrooke Ranch. Now, I'm sure you can see based on the map, Oracle is a pretty small little place in the grand scheme of the Phoenix, Tucson areas, but it does have some basic services. I think they've got a dentist there, a convenience store. They do have a Bashas', so they've got some things. They're not going to have a Costco though. You'll need to drive about probably 25 minutes or so to Oro Valley area for your bigger shopping, more restaurants, more to do. But most people love SaddleBrooke Ranch for the fact that it's not in the middle of everything. So you people who are into dark sky, i.e. telescopes, you can get a really good view of the stars from SaddleBrooke Ranch because you don't have a lot of big light businesses in your range of vision. For those of you who travel, Tucson Airport is just over 1 hour from SaddleBrooke Ranch, and the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is only about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if you have a better choice of flights, maybe you want the daily nonstop to London, you're going to go out of Phoenix. For everything else, you can go out of Tucson, both very good airport options if you're traveling yourself or if you've got friends and family coming to see you that you need to pick up at the airport. Trust me, you will be making some airport runs when you move here. Now, I know as you guys start watching these clips that I have here, you're thinking, hey, haven't I seen this place before? No, you haven't. This is my first video on SaddleBrooke Ranch. However, it may look familiar because, again, being built by Robeson Resorts, these communities have a similar look and feel. So if you've watched my videos about Pebble Creek or Robeson Ranch, if you know of the area called Quail Creek, which is further south of Tucson, they all have the same feel. This one, though, is really a notch above the others, I think, and that's because it is the newest, and like all developers, they learn with every community, and each one gets a little bit better, and they learn what their customers are looking for, and in the next community, they add that. The big benefit here, though, is that with this developer, they do have some of the nicest community amenities, and you'll see that as we progress here in SaddleBrooke Ranch. Top of the line everything. You really will feel like you've gone on vacation, only you can turn the key to the front door of your new home. Now that I mentioned new homes, let's talk about what's available at SaddleBrooke Ranch. You'll find brand new homes in the Villa series, which are, as you may know already, the attached twin home product that they have, where you share a roof, but you don't really share walls. And those have an additional HOA fee, but they're great for people who truly want a lock and leave residence. You're not there to take care of a big yard and that kind of thing. You want somebody to do it for you. That product starts in the low 400s. Now moving up to the next series that they have starts about just over 1,500 square feet, going up to just under 2,000. That series starts in the 420s. So depending on the size and the lot that you pick and the upgrades, still very, very affordable. Now keep in mind, when I quote you these prices starting at, that does mean, as usual with new construction, that is your base price. Everything else is added on from there. So if somebody wants to live on a golf course lot, then they're going to pay more, obviously, than somebody who is on an interior facing lot. Big difference in price there. So that's something that you'll want to talk to me about. I'll give you the pros and cons of what you might want to choose for your lot, as well as your cosmetic and construction upgrades. So you don't want to go too crazy, but with this community, with the base prices being so much lower, you might be able to get a little bit more in your upgrade package than you would, say, at Pebble Creek or some of the other Phoenix area properties that we talk about so much. There is a reason that people are going to this area, and price is one of the biggest reasons. Resale homes are starting in the lower 400s and going up, oh my gosh, into the 900s. So if you're somebody who just wants to move here this winter and get started, rather than waiting to build 12 to 15 months, then a resale home that's just gently used, which this area is pretty new, might be something that would work for you. Other people that I talk to will say, hey, we're not retiring for 15 to 18 months. It works perfectly for us to nail down today's pricing and wait to have our home built while we figure out, our timeline for our actual retirement date. So a lot of that is going to require a strategy. Again, you'll want to talk to me about that so that we can help you plan that exact timeline to your best advantage. So let's talk about all the amazing amenities at this community. You will see that one of the differences in this community, and again, up in the Phoenix area, is the views. If you like the nice Arizona weather, but you're not into the flat desert and the busy city life, then SaddleBrooke Ranch might be a really good place for you because you've got gorgeous mountain views all around your community. So almost everywhere you go, you're going to see mountain views, and the mountains in SaddleBrooke Ranch area look different. I think, and don't get mad at me, Phoenix area people, but I think these mountains are a little prettier. And I know mountains. I came from Colorado, so I know mountains. I think these are a little prettier than those that we have up in the Phoenix, Scottsdale areas. Now, again, like all Robeson communities, there is kind of a lush feeling when you drive through the guard-gated entrance. You will see the wide green parkways, you'll see palm trees, you'll see water features. It really is a well laid out and beautiful community right when you drive through the gate. The main activities center is called La Hacienda. Now, this is where you will find things like your indoor, outdoor pools, fitness center, yoga room, all of that kind of stuff. Anything that involves movement and activity is housed in this building. Then outdoors, there are also tennis courts, bocce courts, and then of course, just down the way are, I know you guys are going to wonder, 24 pickleball courts. So they are ramped up and ready to go for pickleball, and lots of activity in that area. So if you're a pickleball person, you're really going to enjoy SaddleBrooke Ranch. There's a little dog park called the Canine Corral, again, sticking with the ranch theme here. And then you've got separate building for all of the artistic kind of things, like the ceramic studio, art studio. There's even a computer lab in there. So different places for different activities at different times. So I think you'll find that there are lots of different things to do and get involved in this community, no matter how active you want to be. Sometimes I hear from you guys and you say, oh, I hate clubs. I don't want to join a club. I just want to be in the pool. Or I hear the reverse. I don't want to do any workouts, but I do like to do quilting. They have a place for every interest, and I really like that. Now, I think my favorite part of this community is the Ranch House Grill. You guys know, if you've been with me, how much I love all of these restaurants in each community. But this one, I'm going to say, is probably my favorite. Why is that? Well, the footage I'm showing you here will tell all. It's very, very nice. It's got beautiful views. Again, very well thought out and well placed on the property, but it has a light, bright feel. And if you are a beer fan, they've got their own brewery. This is, I'm hearing, the only over 55 HOA in the country with its own brewery. So that's kind of a cool thing and makes this area a little more upscale, I think. They also have some really good pizzas. They've got a wood-fired pizza oven. My favorite thing is the poke bowl. So those of you who are into poke, if you know, you know. I really like that, and that's what I get, I think, every time I go there. So they've got a different menu than just the basic club sandwich kind of thing. They've got some really nice things to choose from when you eat in the Ranch Grill. Now, the rest of the building has the standard things that you find in the other Robeson resorts. They've got meeting space for certain clubs and groups. They also have a big auditorium area so they can have concerts and, you know, events in there. They do have an event lawn outdoors for concerts, which I think is pretty cool because, hey, you're moving here for the weather. Why not be outside as much as possible? Now, for those of you who are golfers, there is a gorgeous 18-hole golf course, and it is very nice. It is obviously surrounded by desert, but it's a very lush course and very well designed. You can get, like all of these resorts, you can get an annual pass, or you can pay as you go. You can also bring guests when you like. So pretty flexible. I know that not all of you want to play golf every single day, and so you can kind of come and go as you please. But if you really want to get heavily involved in golf, then you probably want to do the annual pass. So this community will eventually have about 6,000 homes. I think the first homes were built here in about 2012. So they've got a very long-term build plan. And you guys know, I've talked to you about this before, if you want a better investment, be one of the early people into the community. Now, obviously, we're 10 years into this, so it's not early, but you're earlier than you will be 20 years from now. This community is a little bit isolated, but it's not. It feels more isolated really than it is, I think. Again, dark sky community and very, very quiet. A lot of people really enjoy that. Versus some of the Phoenix area communities, which are surrounded by activity. So if you're somebody that's looking for a little more quiet, then SaddleBrooke Ranch could be a good option for you. Now, keep in mind, though, that Goodyear and Pebble Creek were once very quiet as well. And the city, with the massive growth that we have had, has just grown up around that community. Doesn't mean it's bad, just means that it's different. So some people like the quiet. Some people say, oh, no way, I have to be 30 minutes from the airport and I need to be able to go to all the top restaurants every night, or we have friends or kids who live nearby. If that's the case, this community probably isn't for you, but we do have other good options that I can show you. I have to say that SaddleBrooke Ranch is one of my new favorite communities in the state of Arizona. You may or may not know this, but we are expanding into the Tucson area. So more videos on these communities will be coming soon. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. Now, if you'd like to know more about this or other communities, my team and I would love to help. I'd like to hear from you very soon by email, by text, by phone. The information is below on the screen. But let's talk, or hey, even set a Zoom. The reason I say Zoom is because you guys watch me all the time. I like to get to know you so that I can best help you and answer all of your questions in the easiest way. So either way we do it, let's set a time to talk and get to know each other. And then I can answer all of your questions.